For latest updates and short audio clips, follow us on Instagram, Reading the Author.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Reading the Author, a unique show where we read authors' mind and not their book. Meanwhile, I truly believe and pray that you and your families are completely safe and healthy as well. Guys, today we have Vineeta Sinha ma'am with us, and she is the author of Slice of Life. Thank you so much ma'am for coming on our show. I'm truly grateful कि आप हमारे शो पर आए.
Thank you, Gaurav, giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, ma'am. So, ma'am, before we get into the podcast and know much more about your book, about your upcoming projects and everything, I would request you to please introduce yourself so that our listeners can know much more about you, and do let us know how you started this writing journey as well.
Yeah. See, my name is Vineeta Sinha. If I start from my childhood, I was a very pampered child in my family, being the only sister to my 4 brothers. So my childhood was like a fairy tale, I can say. And from there, then I resumed my school, then college, and after that, marriage and everything happened. And at this time, I am into 3 things. I have this organic products of mine named Pink Glow, where we make organic face and hair mask. The second thing is writing book. That Slice of Life is my kind of second book. Before that, I wrote a book in COVID. And currently I am writing the second version of Slice of Life. And the third thing I am interested and I pursue with much passion is my classes that are online. That is where mind and body meet. It is a combination of taking care of your mind as well as your body, because both are inseparable. So you need to be in sync with both of them.
Okay. So what kind of classes are these, ma'am?
These are online classes.
Okay.
And just forget, I take classes for communication skills, stress management, and time management.
Okay. Wow, that's great.
All these are online classes mostly. Sometimes when people request, I go offline.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, after listening to this podcast, many people will just love to explore the book. They will be interested in reading it, basically. So, when it comes to talking from a new reader's perspective, what a new reader can expect from this book, A Slice of Life? Can you share some insights?
Yeah. Anybody who is passionate about relationships. See, we all are in different kind of relationships in our lives, isn't it, Gaurav?
True.
Yeah. So how to manage relationships and be at peace with yourself. This is a most difficult thing I think that people cannot manage in life. And they try it so hard, but they are not able to manage. Sometimes somebody is happy, the other one is unhappy. So this goes on and on. So a person who is passionate about relationships and at the same time wants to have his or her peace of mind and how to think and how to interact in relationships, that is very important, because we are in relationship, that is okay. But how to be in a good relationship, a healthy one, that is more important.
True.
So my readers would definitely like to have a healthy relationship with all their relatives and their close ones. So it is a kind of insight in that. And especially about marriage, because marriage is one big institution in our society. I think I am right.
I agree, ma'am, completely.
Yeah. So for both girls and boys, male and women, marriage, after life before marriage and after marriage, it is different. So how to manage it so that you are having the same love for life. You are not feeling that you are being exploited, or you feel bad, or you are not crying. Sometimes what happens, Gaurav, in relationships, some people are very dominating.
True. And
they want to dominate whatever relationship they are having with the other person. So then relationships become nasty. Okay. It is a kind of insight on how to understand relationships and how to, most importantly, maintain them in a healthy way.
Okay. Definitely is something which is most of the people would love to look up to, because it when it comes to maintaining relationship, what I personally feel that we can maintain lots of issues outside the world, but when it comes to our personal life, that's why many people break down in real life as well.
Yeah, it is because of number of reasons that we are and we can say that we are under pressure, or we are emotionally blackmailed, or whatever, we can say n number of things. But it is up to us how to balance this out. It is entirely up to us. I believe it very strongly, and I have followed it, and I think that I have managed quite good at that.
So, ma'am, like when it comes to you, what was that one thing that stuck with you that motivated you, especially to write on this particular topic? Because you could have written something else as well. There are lots of way more other topics too, but you have chosen specifically this topic. Any particular reason?
Yeah, one very important reason was the same reason I just mentioned in your question,
Mm-hmm.
that I have found in my life that people are of different kinds, and some people are good, some people are bad. What to do about the bad people who are influencing you or taking you in the very negative kind of path?
Mm-hmm.
So that ways life is ruined. Suppose if I start dominating you that Gaurav, you should do this and that, and at this time and in such a particular manner, what will happen to you? You would lose your sense of artistic sense, I can say. Then you will be doing what I am wanting you to say, because I will be pressurizing you to do that. And there are n numbers of ways in which people manipulate and dominate and try to get the things done in the same way, in the same place, or in the same time zone also. So that becomes difficult. And this is one thing which has nagged me a lot, because both males and females, I cannot say only females, many times males are also exploited. So for any person, be a male or a female, to be a healthy person, you need not manipulate or extort something out of your relationships.
So, ma'am, like there must be a lot of people who have already read a book, like your old readers, what we can say, who have completed this book. So when it comes to, they must be very curious to know what exactly in the pipeline is now. Like you shared, the part 2 is also on the way. But except these, except this particular book, is there anything you want to experiment on some other genres? Like what's in the pipeline if we talk about slice of life too, except that?
Yeah. I would like to write a book on parenting, because I think parenting is becoming more difficult these days. So how to nurture a healthy mind? See, having children is something not very easy, and making them, converting them into good human being is something that we should try to do. And that is very important to improve the condition and the environment of our society, because these are the minds, young minds, which will be growing, becoming an adult and becoming the role players. So we need to raise human beings who are healthy mentally and are thinking not only about themselves but about the world at large.
So, ma'am, my next question to this podcast is, like, after the first lockdown was over, the numbers of author got increased very rapidly. Like, we are in this industry for more than 8 years as of now, and we have seen particularly a boom in this industry. So when it comes to you, what's your take on, like, how hard it has become to make your book stand out in the market? Because the market is completely flooded, what I personally feel, because hundreds of books are being published every week on Amazon. So according to you, what are the things, like how one can just make their book stand out in the market?
I think basically it is only one thing, Gaurav, that is the quality and the content of the book. And before that, the most important thing that comes in the way is how to make readers, how to make the book available to maximum readers. This is one thing we should try. This is becoming difficult because there are so many books, and people are really confused what to buy and what not to buy. So there should be, I think, like platforms like the one you are having, and the Adhyan books, they are doing something good, because some people are not blessed with having that figure in society, that whatever they are doing or giving, like our heroes and heroines and all, that will be having a lot of masses. So for people, like normal people like us, we need some platforms.
So what's your current writing schedule? Like every day you do devote some particular hours to your writing, or it's like random? Someday you get some thoughts, you just jot it down on your phone, on your diary, and after that you elaborate. How does it goes with you?
No. I prefer to write daily, Gaurav, because there are certain period hours in my day which I have fixed for writing, and what comes in my mind, I just jot it down in a diary anywhere. Whether I'm in my kitchen or whether in my lawn or wherever, I just take a diary in my pocket, and then at night when I'm free, and when my mind is at peace with myself, then I elaborately write
Hmm. Okay. So, ma'am, as of now, like we have talked about your book, about your upcoming projects, and about your journey and everything, basically. So, when it comes to talking about your personal life, there must be a lot of moment which you tag as the happiest moment of life. So, if you can share any one of them with us, then that would be really great.
Fortunately, Gaurav, there are, I think, many happy moments in my life.
Hmm.
But one which I remember at this moment
Ah,
is
ah.
the day when I went to my daughter's school. She
Okay.
was not there. She was in her college at Delhi and had went to pick up her award for being the topper in her subject for her school.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
that when I was standing on the stage, I could feel the happiness and joy spilling all
Definitely.
over my entity. Yeah, that was
Hmm.
the, I think, one of the happiest days.
Hmm. Okay. And ma'am, like as you shared that you take online coaching for all these, time management and other things. So when it comes
Yeah,
to
communications.
communication, so when it comes to you, like you must have also faced a lot of time, kind of success, failure in your life too. So how do you manage
Of
and
course,
how
of
do you
course.
celebrate them?
Failures, it is very easy to manage your success
Hmm.
because as long as you are grounded and you are on realities,
Hmm.
success means for me that if I am able to achieve something which I have wished for and on my own. I
Hmm.
don't want to achieve something on with the support of many people or the effort is somebody else's and I just go and pick it up. No,
Hmm.
not like that.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'd like to do things on my own and I feel very much satisfied when I achieve something
Hmm.
out of my own efforts. So
Hmm.
that is uh, for me a
Hmm.
kind of celebration.
Okay. Hmm.
And failures for me are always a lesson because whenever I fail, I introspect myself. I
Hmm.
introspect what went wrong
Hmm.
and I like to improve on myself rather
Hmm.
than going on things which are not in my control and
Hmm.
thinking about them. I would rather just focus on myself, what is under my control, and how can I improve myself.
So, now let's get back to the time, ma'am, when you heard कि okay, tomorrow your book will be live. Everybody will be able to buy it. Everybody will be able to judge you on the basis of what you have written. Will be
Yeah.
able to review this and lots of other things. So when it comes to talking on that, a day before on that eve, basically.
Yeah.
So what was going on in your mind at that time? Were you excited, relaxed? You just marked up some milestones. कि, okay, ठीक है, these many people know me. My book has to be sold out. These many copies. It has to perform like this. What was going on in your mind?
Nothing like that, Gaurav. I was really satisfied and I was very peaceful because what I wanted to convey in my book was what I have talked about you, the relationships factor in my life.
Hmm.
And I think I did it uh, quite fine, I can say, on my front. It is
Hmm.
up to the readers what they feel about it. But the only thing I wanted to convey through my book is about not being dominating or manipulative in relationship. That because it ruins a life. I have seen many people uh, all around me who
Hmm.
have been just they were like stars, and because there was one person in their life who was always dominating or always trying to manipulate things, then
Hmm.
life becomes difficult, and
Yeah.
then a blossoming life is just ruined in a few years. So
Yeah.
that has really made me feel very unhappy about that. I
Hmm.
wanted to say to all males and females that marriage is something that both are responsible to be making it a wonderful one. It's not only the job of either the male or the female.
Okay. Okay.
So both should be equally working on it
Hmm.
without
Definitely,
any
ma'am.
manipulations, without any emotional blackmailing or anything.
Hmm.
It can be. It is not so difficult.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
have to leave our certain habits which we think that we are very. Sometimes what happens, Gaurav, na, people think that I am very clever. I got my thing done because I
Ah,
was able to shout
true,
and I
true.
was able to manipulate that relationship, and so I am happy. But that not goes a long way.
Definitely, ma'am.
It definitely would not go a long way, and in
Hmm.
that process, you will be ruining a family and a life and so many innocent children also. What happens
Totally,
when divorces are taken? Yeah, so that is one thing I want to stop. If you get
totally
married, you
agree.
need to be responsible, both of them,
True.
because this is only very what I felt very strongly, that not only males are to be blamed,
Agree
females
on
and
that,
males
ma'am.
both are to be blamed if the marriage goes wrong,
Hmm.
because you need to work on it equally.
Okay, okay. That's something definitely I would recommend all my readers and all my listeners basically to just to go for it, because it is something that every one of us gonna face in our life when
Yeah,
it comes.
see, if you are married,
Hmm.
yeah, you are a male, so you are having a set of parents on your side. Your wife must be having set of parents and blah blah blah, so many relatives and everything. So it should not be the story that what Gaurav's parents want or what your wife's parent want
Hmm.
should be the thing that you people are doing.
True.
Rather, it should be the good mix of what both the sets of parents want and what you people want.
Hmm.
Something healthy.
Hmm.
And it can be achieved because we just have to leave our ego.
Hmm. Definitely. When it
Being
comes to
egoistic is not going to work.
definitely what I personally feel that because of some kind of ego or some clashes, what a person can
Yeah.
have is the whole life gets very much disturbed, and many times just
Yeah.
people can't just take it back on the track, and that's really disheartening in a way too.
See, because what happens, Gaurav, that marriage in India is a marriage of not only two human beings, it is a marriage of two families. So the families, you cannot change the entire clan of yours or your family of your wife family. You need to change yourself because you have to strike a balance. How to see, cater to the needs of both of the sides. And it can be done. It's not difficult. If you want, you can always do it. Balancing act is something difficult, but it can be managed. And I have seen many people whom I have counseled, they have managed and they have come back from divorce courts to a happy married life.
Okay. So, ma'am, probably my last question to this podcast is like, after listening to this podcast, many people will just love to start writing, or they must be holding their first draft in the laptop, in their hand, in a diary. So, when it comes to you, what advice would you like to give to those upcoming authors?
See, I, Gaurav, personally feel that I am not much capable of giving advice to people or not in a habit, but whatever I feel honestly, that what we feel we should be writing spontaneously. But after writing, we should always read it and see that what impact, what we want, the impact we want in our mind should be there. It should not divert from its course.
Okay.
Suppose I want to see the relationship factor to be improving in India, I should be focusing on that. How the relationships get awry and how to manage them. So that should be there. What you want, you should be focusing on it. And be honest. Be honest. Don't write things which are fancy and not realistic, or because people cannot relate to it. Yeah.
True. Agree on that, ma'am. What I also personally feel that once the purpose, once the why is clear, why are you writing about this, and especially what exactly topic you want, not what people want, what exactly you want, if that's clear, definitely reader gonna connect with it.
Yeah, see, because writing is one thing, you can reach many people through it. So if you want to convey something and it is very passionate in your heart, it's the only medium you can convey to your society or to your people or to the masses. So when you write, you should be honest.
Okay, so that's all for today, guys. I hope you must have enjoyed this lovely and inspiring conversation with Vineeta ma'am. And if you do, then do follow our podcast, Reading the Author, available on all the leading podcast platforms. And don't forget to buy and read the book. You can just go on Amazon and search Slice of Life, or you can search ma'am's name, Vineeta Sinha. The spelling is VINEETA space SINHA. So you won't confuse. So you can just go ahead, buy, read, and share with your friends and family too. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming on our show. I'm truly honored कि आप हमारे show पर आए, ma'am.
I should be thankful to you, Gaurav, for providing such a platform so that I could convey my what was in my mind to many people. Through your podcast, I hope that it reaches many people, and people are even thinking about managing the relationships Even a
Definitely.
thought changes many things in life, na? So
बिल्कुल
we should
बिल्कुल
start thinking about it.
definitely.
Thank you, Gaur.
Thank you.